coffee here. It's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I don't think he cares about this trial. I think he only cares about a cup of coffee. Hello everyone, my name is Aussie Hornet. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So, we are going to be continuing with episode 2 of the third game, The Stolen Turnabout. And yeah, let's begin. Hey, Nick? What is it? Is something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Also, check out the Master Mask Glossy I bought. You bought this? Where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. Yeah, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Alright. Come on, I'm guilty! Throw the book at me! I'm pretty sure this is Ron. Who's screaming like that? Oh, that's alright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lorelei Taylor. I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but it doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you? Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure to give me a guilty verdict. Please! Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour! Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you or something like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually... Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. Okay. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Master Mask or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Oh. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? No, I'm not. I'll pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I am Godot. Legendary prosecutor. I have never lost a case. Ah, he's the one that Detective Atney was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha, none. What did you say? Never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I never lost. I never won before either. Well, I mean, he's not wrong. He hasn't lost a case because he never prosecuted before, so... He's technically not wrong. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask? In a court of law? Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Close. I mean, we got my first name right. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Hold on, Prosecutor Gobo? It's not Gobo, it's Godo, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Wright. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case breaks in two. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. Alright, Gumshoe. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Master Mass is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This is his fifth heist, and as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His plan is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Mass, sir. It fits his MO to a T. So then the actual identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Godo, what are you? She slipped that cup to him. We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godo. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. Also, what is with this music? Wow. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. Very well. It's only coffee, after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial? Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Melanie, what are you gonna do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Moss who stole the urn. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zavari! Offer and thieves. An offer? He's written books about thieves? I think he probably meant to say authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's moon, that is. Thief mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean... Detective Zavari, do you? Who is this person, Zavari? He sounds German. His name is Look At Me, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. Heck, I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the lost item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. Looks like the thief is toying with me even now. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have. Except, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. It's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real? I'm sure you can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Master Mask's emblem. This was his fifth heist, and as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His fifth heist, and your fifth screw-up, huh? Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away, got me? Oh, looks like you really got In for Detective Atme. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces.
Hold it!
Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous tear of Emanon. What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Regina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the portrait of Regina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections. And then Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld.
Objection!
Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Concerned a little, and that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Oh, Prosecutor Godo, what is the value of the urn? The appraiser I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Mask? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but... Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this a lost robbery, the work of Master Mask, or not? What to say about this, Mr. Godo? This coffee here. It's my own special blend. I call it Godo number 107. I don't think he cares about this trial. I think he only cares about a cup of coffee. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. But what? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. You're saying it wasn't Master Mask that sold the urn. There must be someone imitating Master Mask's methods. A fake. A fake Master Mask? Fake Master Mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Worley Taylor that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godo's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. Any proof that the person at Worley Taylor that night was in fact fake the mask. In that photo, there was something around his chest in that photo. But in the security photo, there's nothing.
Take that!
Proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar. Gladly.
Take that!
It's right here, of course. You mean Master Mask? I have here a piece of reference I would like a court to take a look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on the mask's chest. A breach? Here, bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat as one. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp? Ah, I see now. Put the Master Mask in the security camera photo. Ah! He has no brooch! The brooch is the same as the emblem on the mask's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Master Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again! Poor Gumshoe. Order is true, undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Oh, what are you gonna say now? Hey, now. You're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. But Mr. Godo, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha! The brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this? Where did you get that? Oh! That's Master Mask's brooch! Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? Must mean the Ami Faye statue. Well, why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy's one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there, too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints. Oh boy. What? What? So the friend's fingerprints are on the brooch? This is not good. Order in the court. Mr. Godo, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. A little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. You messed with Godo. And you get burned. Gah! You've been playing me like a violin! Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Oh, you're done with me? I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? Oh boy. 1 second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What's clear? Svari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's right.
Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Secret veil.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atmay, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they tear each other's heads off.
I heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone in the security detail. You have heard correctly. Freshly made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. A Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
fail to see why the witness seemed so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch enemy. This is what my instincts and my years of experience tells me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning of the 12th, correct?
And an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer.
You're on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time?
A penetrating question. I was in a basement warehouse near the computer.
Near the computer, huh?
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it?
Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, you said the same thing yesterday, too. I'm sure you always said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief.
Like the thief was the one applying pressure on your pigeony head, that is.
In any case, that's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me.
Dancingly descended? From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadows, while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. Only be due to his camouflage cape and soft-soled shoes.
I hereby W. Ace Dunce.
Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head.
You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened?
Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask, that's all I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as your testimony goes.
However, fortunately, I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. I captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Oh, Mr. Godo, do you have a problem with the photo? Good, then let's continue with the testimony.
He just shook his head and then drank coffee. So you saw his face, but he didn't see his brooch.
Objection!
Mr. Atme, can you take a look at this with this special monocle of yours?
Aha! This belongs to the criminal's mastermind, my arch nemesis, Master Mask. In point of fact, Master Mask's brooch.
It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened.
Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough.
Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off?
Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with that someone that night. That's the only thing I could think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime.
No. Well, wait just a moment, Sir Old-Timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately.
The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's why I always say. I think you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed, I understand. I, look at me, agree completely. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck two, bam, and that's all she wrote.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Master Mask?
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always gets confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good.
So why did you look away from the door anyway?
In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. So I went to the computer, elegantly of course.
So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? So did that computer belong to Lovely Taylor as well?
Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me. Look at me.
In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data.
What's wrong, Sir Lawyer?
What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting, infrared, and ultraviolet sensors to each of them.
The hardware, was it all yours?
Lovely Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well.
In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh?
Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer? However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated.
What does that mean, discombobulated? Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
You're the one to talk, Judge.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? Oh, I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago.
Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony.
Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless.
What do you mean by weapon from the side?
Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabbed a sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? You mean a sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the shit Chisidar. So the thief armed himself with a sword? And what about yourself, witness? You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
But of course, in college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Master Mask.
This guy's a real piece of work.
First blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote.
Can you tell us a little more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious.
Powericious?
I assumed he at me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of the light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? What is this at-me fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say any more. But I suppose I could tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way, no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the at-me fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? Of course it's important. You learned a detective's secret technique after all. Yes, Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now done, witness. Go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but the feast blow landed upon my third eye.
It was a blow to the back of the head, but...
Objection!
Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fight is this, Sir Lawyer? It's truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. And my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head.
It seems I've made another mistake.
No, you can't do this again. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong.
Objection!
Ooh. Sir is human to forgive divine. Humans are machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Objection!
Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that! Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Okay, so Mr. Atme is the detective. This Mr. Atme is a fake. Mr. Atme is Master Mas. Okay, so he was hiding the calling card from the police. So that's a bit suspicious. So if that was the case, then it would be the last option. He would have been the fake Master Mask. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Master Mask.
Yeah!
Alright, here we go.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts in Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a...
Nuh-uh. Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Master Mask.
Get! But Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Master Mask. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. You shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
You didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is this true, witness?
Is he admitting it?
The Massimo is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer.
What?
Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assumed the thief's identity...
Objection!
What the fuck? He just threw coffee at me. Godo plan number 102, my personal favorite. Ow, ow, that burns.
Mr. Godo!
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
What, Mr. Godo? Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Tripe. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? I mean, it looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke at me is in fact Master Mas. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Just what I thought. Man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. Never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So, you have come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all.
Seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godo, do you have anything further to add that...
Who? Oh, Desiree!
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Mr. Light, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for, I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well...
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order! You, madam! The urn, where did you find it?
I'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective Luke at me.
Oh, Desi, you're the best!
Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection!
Pathetic.
Mr. Godo, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes, what about it? How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn? What does that prove? Certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. The town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, huh?
Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
But Mr. Wright, this witness's fingerprints wouldn't mean nothing anyway.
And Nick, what are you gonna do now?
I've come too far to turn back now.
Amy must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Me!
Take that!
So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does! What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until I was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprint on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. This blend, Godo blend number 107. I decided it's a little too bitter after all. Order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this on and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I finally broken him down. Uh-oh. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. Wait, is he admitting it? This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Master Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Oh boy. This man is insane.
Well, Mr. Godo, what's Mr. Atme's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight,
not guilty. Who said that? Who said that? Ron, what are you doing?
Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was trying to say.
Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening.
Thief, the sneaky, odious thief has been stealing all the treasures. It's me, I'm him. I'm the one who you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please.
Oh boy.
Well, don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
Objection!
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pause judge... What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Oh, Godo is enjoying this.
Mr. Godo, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir?
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are Master Mass, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. Boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
I know that. It won't fail. I swear.
Okay then, talk. We're all listening.
Oh well. Let's all over listen to this confession.
Oh boy.
The truth is, I've been Master Mass all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mass, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see it right there in the photo. That's me! That's when my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all. I like the direction this trial is taken.
But this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. You're doing great.
Stop it, Mr. Godo, you're embarrassing me.
Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make your food with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Mask.
Thanks so much, Mr. Godo! I'll do my best! Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
You may think you're the real Master Mas, but your wife thinks you're delusional.
I haven't told Desi yet about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I got my reasons.
With the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife?
Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. And second, there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests. It's criminals.
Okay, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. He's a real shopaholic. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic.
So you do have a complicated family situation after all. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you.
I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you?
Hold it!
I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real Master Mas and you're not just some kind of obsessed fanboy.
Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway?
Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim for a change? Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Light couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already. Need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Master Mas. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen that urn.
Anyway, I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen after all.
Objection!
Yes, I got it! Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct?
Yes, it does! I lost it somewhere. Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet?
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at the KB security headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB security that night.
No!
So the defendant was at KB security at 1 o'clock in the morning. Proved that he has a watertight alibi.
No!
Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway.
Well, Mr. Godo, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
I'm the only one who called me thief, Mr. Godo. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
You really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist.
Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The keycard to KB Security CEO's office.
No!
That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, looks like you need some more evidence after all.
This stupid kid.
Now then, let's see your evidence. Evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
Oh, the blackmail letter.
Take that!
Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's... What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? Yes, basically it says, bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, alright.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security CEO's office, a full half an hour away from the crime scene.
No!
You okay, Gerda?
Order! So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. Looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection!
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godo blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company? But did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. Not sure what I think of that? At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. Who's the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 a.m. that night? It'd be Larry, wouldn't it?
Take that!
Who is this useless-looking young man?
That's funny. That was really funny. You don't remember him, Your Honor?
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
Ouch! Oh, yikes! Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh? The question at hand is this keycard. Yep, that's the keycard they used in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. He just drank coffee just to spit it out. Wow.
Oh, Mr. Godo?
Named the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime.
What that means? It can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Mass in this photo.
It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough to brew a good cup of joe. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Master Mask. Good job, you did it, Nick!
Whew! That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty. Woohoo! Wow, that was really quick. That was a pretty quick case. Court is now adjourned.
Is it over? Nick, you did it. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Ah, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick. Oh, pearls. I got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just a... You're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ow! She slapped me! Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick! Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client. No! You got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Stop slapping me! Ow! A double slap! Well, anyway. All's well that ends well, right? You got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky boy here. But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us the urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. We won the case. And why does this guy still look so glum? But I am the thief. Actually, what is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. Oh, I know, I appreciate it, Dusty. But the thing is... Come on, give the kid some time. Godo, what are you doing here? Just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godo, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me Buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Oh. Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, the body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. Oh. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about the piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, the light was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbrued with rage? Dude, have you looked at the guy? He doesn't look like the type of person that would rage at anything. Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is gonna be the news that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way! He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No! That's a lie! It can't be true. Why? I am a thief, I tell you. Ron DeLight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from the challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I returned from the depths of hell to do battles with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. DeLight. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ah! Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's gonna happen next? Well then. Well anyways guys, that's gonna be it for the video today. We're gonna be continuing this very soon. But in the meantime, if you guys like this video, please sure to give it a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Until then, take care and goodbye.